Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the After Hours Gaming League Semi-Final number 1, where currently Amazon leads against Storm8, exactly 1-0, which makes a lot of sense because we're going into game number 2. Someone had to be ahead. This is the After Hours Gaming League, put on by Day 9 TV and supported by Red Bull Gaming. Down in the bottom left-hand corner from Team Storm8, also one of the stars of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. It is Short Round. Clap, 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 clap. His team down 0-1. Can he pull it up to a tie? Up in the top right-hand corner, something I always love in my ramen. From Team Amazon, Chashu E. See what I did there? Chashu's amazing. Anyways, Chashui from Team Amazon, his team currently leading 1-0. We see Chashui doing his best to get himself walled up on in. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Usual sort of thing, the map is going to be Daybreak, where Daybreak is, of course, a fairly common, typical, standard open map and that sort of thing. Very good for doing these sort of counterattacks along the mid. A lot of strong defensive positions. All the goody goodness. So right now, Chashui from Team Amazon going to be walling himself in. Now the question is Chashui going to be doing the exact same thing that his ally did in the game number 1? Will he be going for some sort of mega fast cheese, or is he going to be doing some standard stuff? There are the Widow Mine drops, there are the standard early expands, there are the big racks all-ins and all that good stuff. Also excellent. I mean, honestly, there's really not that much going on right now, so let me talk about the stakes that are on the line. Oh my gosh, keep in mind, these are the employees of companies. If they end up losing it for their team, they have to look their team in the eyes. The next day at work, lunch might be a little lonely. No, I'm just going to stay in my cubicle and work. I don't really want to talk to anyone. How brutal. How brutal. Either way, it looks like an early expand from Chashui. No cheese is going to be going down. Short round from Team Storm8. Going for Zealot, then Stalker. I'll note Team Storm8. Amazingly difficult journey. Team Storm8 in the group stages went 2-5. They were thrown into the wild card matches where they barely were able to qualify through the wild card free-for-all, where we had 5 teams playing a free-for-all for the last remaining spot in the top 8. Storm8 barely won that ridiculous game. Oh, yes. There's the command center going down. Double barracks. Very typical play from Chashui. Especially love the fact that he is sitting back up in his main base playing conservatively. 1 Zealot Nexus is the play from Short Round. Will he get a Mothership Core anytime soon? I'd love to see that, because with the Mothership Core, you can easily wind up with enough energy for those early rush fend-offs. Oh, there's gas number 1. No doubt in my mind, gas number 2 is going to be following it up. No doubt in my mind, because Sean is never wrong when he casts. The doubts in his mind are non-existent. Come on. Come on. You know what? That's fine. That's absolutely fine. He's going to stick with a single gas geyser. In the main base, Short Round doing a rather advanced play that we saw Millennium Feast do at the MLG Dallas event. Forge planting down. We'll go for the extremely fast +1 armor. And given the fact that there's not a lot of information coming out in Short Round's front... Oh, we did see the command center. Ooh! Because he saw that, yep, gonna go straight for that. Saw that there was a second barracks, another key bit of information. He knows he only really has to defend the front, building a cannon at the back. Just not that necessary. Only needs really a cannon at the front. He'll begin stockpiling those sentries. Expansion coming up. It's looking like it's gonna be a long game. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Twilight Council going down now. If he wants to go for Dark Templar, not only might he win immediately, but he'll also be awesome. I'm going to go DT Rush with +1 armor. So that way if he scans, my DTs will automatically die slightly slower. Stim coming up from Chashui. Everything typical from Chashui. Very smart placement from the Marine. There's lags. Nah, it's me. Lulz. It's a replay. Josh Huey's doing the very smart positioning of his Marines up in the main base. Wants to make certain that he doesn't lose to any sort of Oracle harassment, that he has something to fend off a little bit of that Phoenix harass. Second gateway going down, and all that jazz. Photon cannon, it's a little bit, I don't really like that. That's a little bit early. It's a little bit too early in my eyes. By getting these cannons up so early, he's essentially defending himself only against mines, but he already saw the second barracks, so he knows that there's no mines coming. Short round. Picking off SCVs, trying to get a sense of what's going on at the front, but man, Josh Huey is on point, shoving things back up in the main base, about to get that +1 attack while getting the starport. Third command center. Very typical timing. Zealot leg speed. Twilight or Templar Archives coming up the scan. Locates all the critical buildings. There's actually not a single valuable thing in sight that was not seen, but let's be honest. Short round is going for the long term. Already getting that +2 armor, and man, he's chrono boosting that thing like crazy, man. He's chrono boosting it the way that I would wish to chrono boost a pizza when I'm at home. Because as a guy living alone with himself in a room, there's no way I'm ever going to figure out how to preheat in the oven. I'll just throw it in chrono. Topside, Josh Huey has not really gotten any add-ons yet. He's favoring that third command center quite early. He's favoring getting up the raw, the swift medevac play. Now, speed medevacs are great. Another set of cannons coming up. Short round, very low on gateways. He is actually the most defensive frickin' Protoss I've ever seen. Most players hate dealing with the new medevacs. God, Josh Huey's timing is so good. This is the only thing that I could possibly criticize. I mean, slightly late combat shield could maybe be done right now. Maybe get some more add-ons, but an outrageously nice timing on that third command center. Medevac's already coming out. Third base has been spotted. Storm en route. Now, Protoss really needs to get out about 8 gateways. Get the third out ASAP. Frickin' fast third base can come up after he gets all those gateways. There they are. Gateways 5, 6, 7. Probe gearing up to build that proxy pylon. Probe's having a little bit of a traffic jam. +2 armor is going to be done around the same time that +1 attack is done. 2 more barracks en route. More reactors popping up. Smart move from short round, monitoring the third, moving up, and he will be taking himself a 4th. Single High Templar there to do some storming action. Ooh, and this is a great pylon placement. If assaults come in from this angle, throwing down warpins from behind. Always important to have the backwards planted pylon in those circumstances. With +2 armor finishing up, looks like Protoss would very likely be going for +1 attack to follow that up with. Doesn't want to spend too much gas at this period. Or he does. Not a big deal. +3 armor, very good. Really, anything you do with that forge is great. It was built so early. I mean, most Terrans are going to wait for this +1 armor to be done and then throw down the second engineering bay and then begin bringing the noise. But right now, short round, getting in. And there's the probe. Will he block it? Will he block it? Oh, he'd be such a jerk if he blocked it. Uh-oh, double-pronged attack coming up. Short round, no. Short round. Short round sees it. He's going to pull back. Probe's there. Probe's there having a party, asking if he can do some mining later. He has a lot of experience. There's the scan. It looks like he's going to swing on in. Will he be able to target fire that right away? Short round, will he have the reaction time? He will! Nails a lot of those with a big storm, but most of them stay alive. A lot of Marines still standing strong up in the main base. The rest of the units march back. Poor Marines couldn't get picked up in time. Short round, doing a great job monitoring everything. Managing. Getting the photon cannons up, leaving some zealots up in the natural expansion. Very well defended up at that third base. Oh, short round! Taking him to Short Town like that means anything at all. Oh, Josh Huey running low on bases. Oh, God, pylons. As Zergs thought they were annoyed having their hatch blocked. Try being a Terran and you can't land on a building. It's brutal. In this best of 7, it's looking very much so like short round from Team Storm8 might be tying things up. Single cannon. Uh-oh. Looks like it was not the kill on the cannon. It looks like it was the accidental march forward, the feedback, the anti-positioning. See you later, Marines. A lot of workers have been killed off thus far. 15 have been knocked out from Terran. Argos coming out. Even though Terran is a little bit behind, he's not way behind. We'll be able to take this down. 5 more High Templar being morphed in. Robotics facility coming up to begin to allow that transition up to Colossus and that kind of play. But I'm seeing a lot of High Templar here, and this is a signal that Protoss is looking to end the game. A game-ending blow, hopefully happening soon. Oh, with the +3 armor. Look at him lining it up. He's lining that attack up with the armor upgrade. And even if it's an accident, I don't care. He gets credit for it here. It's just like a project in middle school. Short round, beginning to make his way forward. Uh-oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Storm! Oh, lands 2 nice storms. Can he get more? You betcha. A full energy High Templar does bite the dust. All the SCVs get eliminated, as does the third base. Short round, taking him short down. Making him look like a short clown. Zealots, Stalker, Archon overrunning the front. The emergency thrusters try to make him get away, but with that +3 armor against the mere +1 attack of those Marines, all the overwhelmedness. Josh Huey storms the front, takes it all down. The Protoss overrunning in numbers. Too many Zealots. Too many Zealots. Couple Zealots up in the main base. It looks like Chashui may be able to barely defend. He had the amazingly solid opening, but that feast-style fast forge was a little bit too much to deal with. Chashui floating his giant orbital command back into the main base. Chashui's 1-1 Marines and a couple of Ghosts have to load up. Not even enough. The Ghost whiffs an EMP before his death. No, he manages to get it down. Couple EMPs. Low shield Zealots, but still with that +3 armor. I mean, geez, it takes a Marine like, what, 40 shots to kill one off? A lot of difficulty now the SCVs are coming in. I don't know if there's any way that Chashui can do this. Oh my god. Short round, the parting of Team Storm8. Erupting into the front lines. He might not be the BattleNet World Champion, but Storm8 basically feels that way right now. One more storm for posterity. One more storm for the P word. Come on for the posterity. Oh, and there it is! Bam! And maybe a second for posterity. No. Good game! That means that Storm8's parting, aka Short Round, has successfully tied the series up 1-1, which means we're going to go on to game number 3 coming up shortly after this to see who will take the lead in this best of 7 semifinal.